welcome back to AB3 Anime. It's your boy Eric, coming at you with another video for the do's and don'ts of going to conventions. If you guys like this video, please give us a like, share, and subscribe, and let's get to it. This video will be a brief look into the ins and outs of conventions and what you should be doing versus what you should probably avoid. Let it be known that these are general ideas and your personal situation will definitely reflect your own choices and how you approach your convention experience. First of all, do decide to go to the convention. Don't not decide to go to the convention. That's an easy one. One of the most difficult parts of going to a convention is deciding you want to attempt to go in the first place. Looking into various events around you, trying to decide whether you want to go to a big convention, a small convention. All of those things can play into it. Do you want to go to a local convention, a cross-country convention? It's a lot to consider. This choice generally comes down to when you choose to go, how far you need to travel, and how much free time you actually have allotted for your convention. If it's your first convention, it's best to start small or go for some familiar areas closer by. But there's also nothing wrong with taking a grand adventure and, farther out, larger conventions. But be aware, you may be a little disoriented, overwhelmed, and, this is not to say you won't have fun, but you may get a little taxed and, there's a lot that's going to be happening around you. Next, do start saving and planning for your financial expenditures on your trip. Don't wait until the last minute. This one will go into the next few categories of do's and don'ts. Saving for an event is one of the major aspects of conventions. They cost money, especially if you're traveling far and going to the way larger conventions. You need to make sure that you're saving up for the event tickets, the trip there, a place to stay, food, and finally, any items that you want to buy while you're there in the artist alley or the dealer's room. When it comes to buying your tickets, do buy your tickets for the convention as early as you can. Don't delay purchasing them if you don't have to. The earlier the better. Usually the prices of tickets are cheaper the earlier you choose to purchase them. Many of the conventions will not have a limited supply of tickets, but it does happen. Ticket prices typically go up the closer you get to convention day, and if they do run out, you'll have to turn to other means of acquiring them. And in short, they will be massively more expensive, so buy them as soon as you can. Getting your flight. Do the exact same thing as your convention tickets. If you have to get a flight to your destination, it's best to go ahead and book your flight as soon as possible. Not only does this ensure that you'll most likely have enough space for all of your friends to travel together, but it also usually guarantees much cheaper flights. A lot of airlines start relatively cheap when you book months in advance. A bit closer to your departure dates, the prices will begin to skyrocket. Some flights can go from $200 for a round trip up to $500, and I've seen it get higher. So be proactive with these things. And now, the hotel block. Do check on the hotel blocks near the event. There will typically be a hotel block right next to the convention that holds some of the best rooms and really good deals for the convention. Make sure you look up the days that the blocks open up so you can secure yourself a room. In larger conventions, these blocks can go very fast, so you'll need to be vigilant to get one. But don't be discouraged if you can't. There are many other hotels typically in the area that will have great rooms and prices, but you should still try to get the closer hotels. Walking can be a pain, especially if you cosplay, and Ubers and cabs can get expensive. Along with that, you have roommates. So if you do choose to room with others, make sure, first and foremost, that you feel secure with them. Nothing wrong with ensuring your safety. If you're looking for people to room with you to help close the financial gap and make it a little easier on the hotel and You can always find roommates to lighten load. Many people will create discords and other means to set up ways of communication so that you can plan out your trip in groups. This adds a social element to the experience, and it can help you feel a little bit more comfortable once you get there, knowing you have someone there that already has interacted with you and you're already familiar with. If you choose to cosplay, do make sure, please make sure you check the policy of your particular event to make sure the cosplay is in compliance. Not being properly informed could be a damper on your day when you have to remove or completely get rid of whole pieces of your cosplay you work so hard on. Don't believe your hard work goes unnoticed. There are usually hundreds if not thousands of people at conventions, and most of them will have some form of cosplay or event attire. And as one of the people who appreciate every cosplay I see, it's always worth the effort. Don't be afraid to express yourself with your favorite characters. Chances are, actually most definitely, there will be someone who is appreciating it and enjoying it. Also, if your cosplay should rip or break, there are generally always people around that can repair them. Some conventions actually have dedicated booths set up for that very purpose. So don't be afraid to ask. Someone is typically around that can help you out with your cosplay. Do get to the convention early. Don't wait to arrive. The line to get into the convention will get insane. You can potentially be waiting for hours in a line. That's all I have to say on that. Be late at your own peril. It gets cold, it gets hot, and it takes a long time sometimes. Please try to be early, try to be punctual. I know that may be difficult, especially if you've had a long trip, but it will be at your benefit to be there as early as possible. Convention rules. Do read the convention rules and policies. Do read the convention rules and policies. I touched on this a bit for the cosplays, but this goes with pretty much all aspects of the convention. They will have guidelines and standards about what you can and can't do at the convention, and you need to be aware of this so that you don't get kicked out or miss out on anything there. There's not much to say on this one, yet again, because it's pretty much plain and simple. Read the rules, follow the rules. Don't not follow the rules. On a side note, don't be afraid to help others and socialize, especially if you're not new and you have done conventions before. Just remember that you had a first time as well when you went to one. They will appreciate a helping hand and some guidance, and new friends are always welcome. Some people aren't that social, but they wouldn't be at the convention if they didn't at least want some social interaction. Don't make people uncomfortable, but also try to make them feel welcome. Getting your schedule set. Do look into event schedules. There are a lot of events, panels, concerts, activities, gaming tournaments, and much more throughout the convention. You will not, I repeat, will not have time to go to every event. Most of them happen at the exact same time or on different points of the day, and it can get hectic trying to get to each event if you don't plan ahead. The lines will usually be very long. Seating is not endless. You will need to make sure you are in line early enough to make it to the room that you wish to get into. Hygiene. Please do pay close attention to your personal hygiene. You will be around hundreds of other people at any given time and in sometimes very confining spaces. Just be aware and take care of yourself so that you create an environment where everyone can enjoy being in it. All of us are different, so we understand you may have other factors at play. All that is being asked is that you try. Dealer's room and artist alley. Do decide on what you would like to buy as early as you can. Many tables even have ways to hold or mail purchase items directly to your home by request for a fee, of course. If you're trying to wait for another day to see if something else you may want pops up or to see if you may find something cheaper, that's fine, but you should be aware that the items you want could be purchased at any time and you may lose out on your chance later on. Don't expect the items that you want to be around for the entire convention. I have adapted a 1-day policy for myself when it comes to the artist alley and the dealer room. If I don't buy it on the first day, I always get it on the second day. I will never wait longer than that. Your chances of an item still being available goes down significantly. Early bird gets the worm is a big factor with conventions if you haven't noticed. Speaking of getting items before they're gone, we do have our brand new website ab3anime.net up and running. Feel free to take a moment and check out all of the merch that we have in the store after this video and get some really good quality gear. We have shoulder bags, sling bags, and a very large selection of wallets. We will have more on the way, all available for you, as well as details regarding our upcoming conventions, including a countdown, so you never miss a chance to join us. Again, that's ab3anime.net. Thank you. Now back to the video. Now these are just a few of the main things to pay attention to when you have to start your convention journey. Always remember that there are a lot of factors that will play into your personal experience with your trip. If you do have any more questions or need more elaboration on anything in this video, or you have a question about something I didn't touch on in this video, feel free to comment down below. I'll be happy to respond, and if I find a question that may need a little bit more of a lengthy response, I might create another video for it. But either way, I hope you guys have a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Eric out.